Welcome to the Blerdlines Podcast. I am Frankie K.
I'm Chancellor D.
And this is our show.
It's our first episode, first of many to come. I think we went all over the place, learned some things about both of us, a lot about you, a lot about me. Some very intriguing stories, facts about ourselves, the things that we were into, just saw some movies, talked about our experience playing some games, and addressed the hot button issue within the Black nerd community. So I think
so let's join us and let's jump into the deep end. Doing this. I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing this. Wow. Okay, let's do it.
So we're good to go. And all right, Blerdlines Podcast, on you.
Well, welcome to the Blerdlines. We're here.
Yes.
Welcome.
The inaugural episode.
Yeah. So, what are you doing? What are you up to today?
Honestly, this finally took down Christmas decorations, and I fought against it. Like, no, I want to keep them up, but no, you gotta follow the normal society. Like, no, we gotta take down the niceness of holiday decorations.
See, I hate taking down Christmas decorations. It's like, oh well, then why put it up if we can't keep it up any longer than 1 month?
Yeah, what's today? The 15th. I'm like, well, about 2 weeks into the new year, I guess. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. What about you?
Yeah. So we're here at the Blerdlines Podcast. Can't believe we're doing this. It's pretty awesome. So let's start off with a little bit of an icebreaker.
Okay.
10 random facts.
All right.
About you and I. So, are you ready?
Yes. Okay. So you want me to go first?
Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So, this is gonna be a little more than 10, but random facts.
It's okay.
So, number 1, I am a longtime lover of trains since my childhood. A lot of credit to watching Thomas the Tank Engine, Chinatown Station. When my first time on the train, I remember I ran up and down the car like, I'm on the train, and everybody looking at me like, who's this kid? And I had no care in the world. But it might have scarred my mom, but it's okay. But for me, anyway. But moving on. I love to wear cowboy boots. I've been doing that since, I want to say, high school or middle school or high school. And
really?
I have a few pair now. Like one pair I kind of wear like you just put on like tennis shoes or something. But I know I wear them down enough to where I have to get the heel repaired like once every other year or so. Okay. And sometimes I use it for like my first cosplay. I did Goku. I didn't have Goku shoes, so I wore cowboy boots.
Really?
So nice alternative.
I think I seen a picture of that online, actually.
Yep, that was like my blue pair of cowboy boots. Nobody complained. I was like, hey, it's costume. Okay. You might not be surprised by this, but I actually like the Star Wars prequels. I don't ironically like it. I like the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the boos. I hear the dislikes coming out. I know. I'm sorry, but I like them for various reasons, which I will not go into right now, other than if you like the minute stuff of like the very first Star Wars movie talking about the Senate and
Mhm.
being dissolved and all that stuff, the prequels did a
Yeah.
good job of that and tying the Clone Wars series to expand character growth. And
Mhm.
I'm done about Star Wars for right now. I still like to buy physical media like actual books, CDs, DVDs. But
Mhm.
you know, I'm all for moving on with culture and society with
Yeah.
like
Uh-huh.
digital culture, but there's something about actually having something tangible in your hands to enjoy.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, like I always love having like I love bookstores. I love going to a bookstore. And when people are like, "Oh, you can just download that on your Kindle," I'm like, "Really? That's not the same as actually holding a actual book in your hand." So yeah, I get that.
I just bought a book yesterday, which will add to my ongoing collection of things. Um, let's see. Next one. My favorite anime is Robotech, which some people might think is Dragon Ball Z, but
It's sad.
it's like that was a show when Toonami aired it in the late '90s.
Mhm.
Like I use GI Joe as an example. You watch the GI Joe cartoons, like nobody dies. A plane gets shot down. There's always a parachute. Nobody dies. Watching Robotech as a kid, I'm like the first battle you see is like a battle above an island in the sky,
Mhm.
and planes are being blown up left and right, and I'm like, there are no parachutes. What is this? And then you're introduced to like love triangles and stuff of that nature, and I'm like 8, 9, 10 years old watching this, like, what is this thing I'm watching? What am I learning? So it's like it kind of made me
Mhm.
become like a mini adult a little bit quicker. But
Yeah, yo, Minmay was my bitch.
oh
I love Minmay.
god, that okay.
That was like a weird love
No,
triangle, though.
like Minmay and Robotech got annoying, but Minmay and the Macross original anime, which is the
Mhm.
first season of Robotech, I liked her in that. But
Yeah.
but in terms of Astro Robot, I think season 2 of Robotech is probably my favorite, which doesn't get a lot of play. But
Mhm.
see, moving on. It's nice to know, like, wow, I just learned you like Robotech. I'm getting more cool points today. Yeah. Let's see. The show Smallville kind of ties in with like my love of Superman. My phone was ringing.
Mhm.
Our friend Brittany was calling me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll call her back. Yes, Smallville ties in with like my love of like Superman because
Mhm.
like when the show was on, it kind of in a way it was like seeing Clark had powers and stuff, but seeing
Mhm.
that we're both we were the show, let's see, character like around the same age in terms of like when it was on, and seeing how he would deal with like different things. Like
Yeah.
maybe a way out was like using a power, but it kind of was like find alternatives and deal with like situations that you're dealing with in life, and in some regard, the character of Superman kind of was why I chose to kind of go into mass comm as studying. I studied mass comm and journalism,
Yeah.
and my glasses are kind of like Superman glasses, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, and let's see. On the not so entertainment side, I really like to eat Asian food like teriyaki chicken, hibachi chicken. I just don't get to eat.
Yeah.
I don't get to eat it like that much, but when I do, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also some sushi. Yes.
Sushi. Oh my god.
Yes.
I had some spicy tuna yesterday. It was like on point.
Uh,
So yeah, it had to get me more,
we have
of
to
course.
we have to get sushi at some point.
Yeah, we do.
A dream cosplay. People would expect me to say Darth Vader, which is there, but
Mhm.
if money is not an object, I want to cosplay as Dark Side, like
Mhm.
full get up suit, maybe not contacts, but like makeup, everything. and
Mm-hmm.
you can just edit my eyes red in Photoshop. I'll take it. But it's yeah, that's something I just wanted to do. Like one of my favorite comic book villains. And on the same vein, I didn't have this on my list. I want to cosplay as a Borg from Star Trek at some
Mm-hmm.
point, like
Oh,
full
really?
full get up Borg, face cover with like prosthetics and everything. I want to do that.
I can see you as that actually. You
Okay,
look really cool.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
A few more. Um, Give it a chance. I'll sing Bohemian Rhapsody on Rock Band any day. Anybody play it or I hear it on the radio, I'll sing it. I don't care. I don't care what mood I'm in. I'm singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody is the shit. Like seriously, like if you don't like Bohemian Rhapsody, then like I don't think I could be your friend.
Yes. Uh,
I don't know. I just don't think I could be your friend.
I know what you mean. I know what you
That's a song like whenever that song comes on, you gotta go into full party mode, no matter what.
mean.
You like I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care if you're having a shitty day. That song comes on, it is going to be lit. Go
Yes.
for it.
Yes. You'll see it happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a few more. I know I'm like at the end of 10, but a couple more. For some
Mm-hmm.
unknown reason, I love to edit papers for some. I don't know. I just like to edit papers. Like
There's nothing wrong with that either.
it kind of helps keep your brain active. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to when people would ask, like, "Can you do it?" I would just say, "Sure, whatever." And now I'm like, "When is it due? Do you need some? Do you can wait? Can it take like a day? Do you need me to do it like now at 2 in the morning?" but
Yeah.
but sometimes I'll still do it. It just depends on it. Like if I'm able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think people would assume my favorite movie is Star Wars Saga, which is true. But the favorite movie I will cry on after watching, no matter how many times I've seen it, as far as like I cry at the same spot every time I see it. I always
Mm-hmm.
forget where it is, but I just know when it happens. I'm like, yep, here come the tears. So yeah. And last one is I think the first concert I remember going to was Earth, Wind and Fire concert. Like I remember sitting
Really?
like
A Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
uh-huh.
That's
I
interesting.
I think if I and I've seen them a few times, but like I just distinctly remember like time sitting like on a lawn, like
Mm-hmm.
you had lawn tickets, so you had like blankets and like lawn chairs. But I remember
Yeah.
seeing the screen, and so the show starts and it shows the Earth, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like I think it was like a countdown, and then it's like they went like I think it showed space and different planets and stuff, and then went into the Earth, and then I think
Mm-hmm.
then it was the narrator was like the elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I was like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think the band Chicago was playing with them too at that concert. But
Damn.
but yeah, as a kid, I remember that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm into funky music too. So, but yeah, that's my. I think that was 12. So
Mm-hmm.
so
That's really cool. Um, I have 10 facts. I didn't really think too much to like actually do more. I mean, I had a lot of things on my mind, but I was like, let's try to like, keep it simple for now because like some of these facts might turn into long stories. So, well, not long stories, but just like, it's going to be questionable, these details. So, okay, so the first one, my first fact is that I am 5'10". Um, so I'm pretty tall.
mm-hmm.
And my second fact is that I am Panamanian. I'm the firstborn American in my family. Um, so that's pretty cool. My family's from Panama. So yeah, and also like I also have ancestors from Barbados and stuff. And then my next one is my first anime. It was like Voltron,
Nice,
like
nice,
the Voltron in the 90s. I
nice.
know, right? Voltron was shit.
Uh huh.
It was Power Rangers, but in Japanese.
Have
And
you?
so, I love me some Power Rangers, like Power Rangers. I will watch that every day. And so when I saw like a actual like animated version of that, I was like, well, what is this? And it just caught my attention. It was funny because I would just always like one time I had like a really cool dream about Voltron. Like I was actually on like the God, I always forget the name of that like, but I was actually one of the pilots and I was operating it and ever since that I've always asked to have dreams about Voltron and I always had nightmares after that. So I'm like, I. But anyways, okay, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know about this, David. I saw a naked teacher.
Yeah, you told me about that story. Whew.
Yeah, that was an interesting story. I saw when I was going to G Tech. I was trying to use a bathroom, and I walked in, and the teacher was like, she had her pants down, about to turn around and sit on the toilet. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that, other people came in here. So I just figured, since no one usually comes in here whenever I use the bathroom, I'm just going to use the bathroom naked." And so I'm like, what? Okay, cool. Whatever. So yeah, I actually seen a naked teacher. The second random fact about me is that I love Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is
I had no
my
idea.
baby. Sure. Yeah, Sailor Moon is like my sweetheart. That's like my childhood like hero. I love her so much. She's God to me almost. Okay, and then let's see. Um my other random fact is that I was in a music video.
I did not know that.
Y- Yeah, I was in a music video. It was shot here in Greensboro, downtown. It was a band called I Wrestle a Bear Once, and the song was called See You in Shell. And it's kind of like a play off of See You in Hell. It was kind of like based off of a high school prom, and the principal poisoned us. So at the end of the video, you see me throwing up.
Oh gosh.
Like, I mean, they gave us fake vomit, and it was so weird because they mixed like a bunch of like pasta sauce and like weird spaghetti and just a lot of like nasty shit. And they gave us a cup, all of us a cup, and they were like, "Okay, hold this in your mouth, and when we say go, you spit it all out." And I was like, "This shit is disgusting. It's so gross." Like I'm like, I'm holding it in my mouth. I'm just like, okay, can I spit it out now? And they were like, "Go." And then there's like this one scene of me, and I'm just like vomiting, like just like there's like it's not actual vomit, but it's
Yeah.
fake vomit is coming out, and it was disgusting. Um, it was funny because there was a friend of mine and we had to do the scene where we were all laying on the floor, we're all passed out and dead. Um, and I was good, like there was no vomit in my hair, and I was wearing extensions and all that stuff. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna chill here and not say anything. They were throwing like fake vomit on people, and my friend was like, this girl right here, she has no vomit on her," and I was like, really, dude? I was so safe. And then this guy threw like fake vomit all over me, all over my hair. And I was washing that stuff out for weeks. My hair smelled like spaghetti sauce for weeks. It was disgusting. It's pretty gross. Yeah. But yeah, that was my experience doing an actual music video. It was pretty fun. It was fun.
That took a turn.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I used to have a pet tarantula. That's one of my random facts. It got lost, and so yeah, I don't know where it went to. I was like 13 years old when I had it. It disappeared.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm sorry. Oh.
It's okay.
Uh, I
And let's see. Can I like share some really weird stuff on here?
go ahead. It's our show.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. A cop saw my vibrator once. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding about that. I didn't tell you about the time that the homeless lady stole my purse. I'll go into details like later, but a homeless lady stole my purse, and once the cop finally recovered it, this was on my first day of my job at Jimmy John's, and I didn't know where to put my purse at. So while they were showing me things in the kitchen, I tucked it underneath a chair, and so I was like, okay, um, you know, once they showed me, so I'm like, can I put my purse somewhere? They're like, yeah, go grab it. So I finally went out of the kitchen and I was gonna grab it, but I couldn't find it. And they were like, yo, this homeless lady was just in here. So she probably saw the purse and grabbed it and ran away. She was across the street. So the cops found her once we finally called them and everything. And he came up to me, and like the weirdest thing was like he was so cute. He was so freaking fine, like the finest cop on the planet. He was like light skinned, like he had hazel eyes, he was built. And he was like, okay, empty out your purse and make sure that everything's in there. And so, like, I was going through like a rough time in my life. Like, look at you, you're
Continue. This is funny.
And so I had so many things in my purse that I didn't know about. I just randomly grabbed that purse that morning because it had most of the things that I needed, but they were just like, random pills that kind of fell out of a bottle. And so, like, they were like migraine pills and stuff like that. So of course, like, they fell out of a bottle, and I don't know, like, if we thought that they were like actual, you know, narcotics or something like that. And then I just had random like trash in there, receipts and all that stuff. And I forgot that I had my vibrator. And so when I just like dumped it, like, okay. And so I dumped it, and then my vibrator fell out. And he kind of looked at me like, he just had this look on his face, like, okay. And I saw it, I freaked out, and I pushed everything right back into my purse. Like, you didn't see that, you didn't see that, you didn't see that. And yeah, the cops saw my vibrator. And the last fact that I have, I hope that's 10. I wasn't keeping count.
I won't count you.
The last fact that I have is that Bruce Wayne is my husband. We got married about a year ago. So, he's mine. Any lady that tries to claim him or anything like that, I got a ring. It's a bat ring shaped in the bat. Like. So we're together.
Well, I gotta ask you a question about one of your facts.
Yeah.
Voltron, did you ever see? I'm gonna come back to that last one in a second. But did you ever see any of like the original Voltron, Go Lion?
Was it like the old school Voltron?
Yeah, it's the original, like the
The
Japanese.
one they show on Toonami way back in the 90s.
Yeah, but
that's Voltron I grew up with.
Yeah, that one, but it's the original.
Do you remember Zoids?
Yes.
Oh my god, Zoids was like. I collected almost every single Zoid that there was out there, and I built them from scratch. So, but they're all lost now, so I don't have them. And they cost a lot of money online now. I was like looking at that, and I'm like, why?
I still have some of my old Power Ranger toys. I'm like, I ain't getting rid of these. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they might be broken, but I ain't getting rid of them. But yeah, the original Voltron called Go Lion, like the Japanese version, the unedited version, Like
Oh no, I haven't seen that one though.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard like when you like there's this podcast called Let's Voltron podcast, and they do like episode comparisons of like the original and like the American edit. Like you have some fights from like what I remember listening to, like they destroy the road beast and like everything is cool, but what you don't see is like dead bodies of people around and stuff like the aliens killing people and stuff. I'm like, you can't show that on Cartoon Network. But your choice of a husband, I accept that you went down a certain path, and that's fine.
Well, I mean, we're married. Don't hate on him.
I'm not hating on
Are you hating on my hubby?
I'm not hating on Bruce, but
Why are you hating on Bruce?
I'm a reporter, remember?
Yeah. Don't hate on my man though. Just, don't focus on any of that extra stuff. We're together, we're married, we're working on having babies.
Is your child gonna be named Damien? Oh
God. Okay, like that little runt. Forget him. Okay, he ain't no baby, he ain't no child. That motherfucker ain't no child. He knows too much.
Yeah, well, I respect your union. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
But
well, that is our random facts. I don't know if I actually did 10 or 9. I'm not exactly sure. I lost count. But you compensated for me by doing 12, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So let's just go on and move on to our NerdPop section.
All right.
So yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to take a break before?
Yeah. Let's take a little break before we go into our nerdy pop culture segment. So we'll be right back, everybody, and stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, and we're back. We're gonna go into our NerdPop section. So,
yes.
Do you want me to start off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, start.
So we're basically going to talk about things that we've been into lately.
Mm-hmm.
So lately, I saw Rogue One last night, and I know it was just like it's late. I know. Don't give me any slack about that. It's really late, but it's still, I still got a chance to watch it, and I loved it. It was amazing. I wish I was able to enjoy it more because I was with people and they kind of kept talking throughout the movie, but I feel like I'm going to watch it again. Mm-hmm. So K2.
Yes.
I love K2. K2 was like so petty on so many levels, and I love pettiness in people. Like, he was so snarky, and I really enjoyed that. Like, it was kind of cool. You watched the movie too. Who was your favorite character, David? Well, the Chancellor.
I think it was the. He's not a Jedi, but the blind force wielder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was amazing too. I cried. Okay, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie yet, then I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I cried when he died. I cried when almost everyone died towards the end. I was not expecting that. I'm like, really?
I wasn't either. And then I started thinking, I was like, well, we haven't seen them before in any of the other movies. And when you read the opening crawl to A New Hope, it says the rebels won a battle and secured the Death Star plans. So I figured somebody didn't make it off that battle. So I kind of just guessed.
Yeah.
Because I watched the movie like a week before. I watched episode 4 a week before I watched Rogue One. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, so we pretty much, that movie takes place in that like 2 lines of text or something like that. And like, okay, this is gonna be good. But when Saw Gerrera died, I was just like, okay, that's my only connection to the Clone Wars series. That was a good tie-in. All right, I see where we're going here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I like it hurt me when they died. I was like, no, someone had to survive. Someone
somebody,
had.
you're the only people survive were your principal characters in the next movie,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
like, and
I
then
was so upset about that. I just, oh my god.
how about Vader's fight scene on the Rebel command ship? I was like, ew, that I mean that massacre. I want to fight scene. It was a massacre.
Hmm.
I cringed watching that the first time.
Yeah, it was kind of cringe-worthy.
The guy's like, he's
Uh,
like, here the plane, let's take it. So like, ew. Or the guy Vader pulls him up in the air with the force and swings it back and cuts him in half. I was
mhm.
like, ooh, that hurt.
That was funny when that guy was like, oh, when I forgot the name of the characters already, but when he went up and talked to Vader, and Vader was like,
Oh,
"Yo, you need to be reminded of your place, so I'm gonna show you." And he like kind of like used the force on him and choked the shit out of him.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
pretty funny.
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, that's what you get, bitch.
Yeah. And his lines, credit, he says, don't choke on your aspirations. I was like, ooh, new quote. New quote.
Yeah.
I need that on the shirt. But yeah, Rogue One
Mhm.
was great. I mean, I'm sorry, that was your fact. I'm sorry taking over. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Like we're doing this so we can have conversations. So
Oh god.
yeah. And okay, like I said, K2 was like my favorite character throughout the whole movie. It was funny when he was at that ship and the planet that they were first on. I forgot the name of that planet.
I did too.
But I'm so terrible at names and remembering things. But he was just like chilling in a ship and he was like contacted them and they were like he was like kind of like, where you at? And he was like, well, I'm on the horizon. And he looked and he was like, there's no horizon. And I was tripping balls. Like it cracked me up. He is so petty. He's beyond petty. Like he's the epitome of what petty is.
How about when when the stormtroopers tossed the grenade, he caught it and sent it back to them?
Mhm.
And
Yeah. Oh,
like oh,
that was
dude.
genius.
Uh,
Again, he was my favorite character throughout the whole movie. I'm like, I want to collect everything that is him. If we can make more figurines and like actual cups and mugs that have him on it, I will buy it because he was my favorite character.
just give me a shirt where it says the captain said I had to. And I can just point at anything somebody asked me to do. I'm like, fine, because the captain said I had to. That's all I want a shirt for.
Like it was funny. Like at the beginning of the movie, he was like a snitch. He was like, "Why does she have a gun but I don't?"
Oh yeah,
And he looked at her. He was like, "You got a gun?" And then she was like, "Well, I mean, trust goes both ways." And he just kind of like was like, he got like all up in his butt about that. He was like, "Oh, whatever." Like,
see,
it was funny.
when Jen gave him the gun, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she trusts him. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It killed me when he
Yeah.
got destroyed at the end. I'm like, no, I liked
Especially
him.
when he's guarding the door and he's like telling them when to go. He says like reach his hand back, shooting blindly at the stormtroopers, and I'm like, okay, I like you. But
Yeah. But that was a good movie. I was really into that. Like, I want to watch it again without any interruptions and be able to pay attention to every single detail. I would pay more money for that.
Yeah, that movie. One thing I really I want to see it again too. I saw it when it came out. I was like I gotta go again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only movie that connects directly to any of the other movies. Like that ties in. I mean, it literally goes into episode 4. Again, spoilers for those who decide to keep listening, watching. But it like basically like 10 minutes later, the next movie starts, and basically kind of
Yeah.
but it's the only thing that ties in original trilogy to the prequel trilogy and the current TV show Star Wars Rebels, which is in season 3, and then
Mm-hmm.
the Clone Wars cartoon, and then some like the new canon books. So it's like they compacted a lot into a 2 hour and somewhat 12-minute movie.
Yeah, they did compact a lot. Like for a minute, I was like, "When is this movie gonna end?" Because like we watched it, we got there. It was like 10 o'clock or 10:30. I think it was 10:30, and we didn't get out of the movie theater till like 1ish. And so I'm like, oh my God. But at the same time, I'm like, that movie was so good. I was taken aback by the scenery and just like the dialogue, all of it. Like it was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is something you're into?
Yesterday just saw Hidden Figures,
Mm-hmm.
and ironically, we both watched space movies. That's fun. Um,
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, like I don't normally watch like historical movies. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'll watch them on occasion. Especially, it's like you already know if you know the history of something, it's great. But in this case, this is a story that not a lot of people knew. I think until a book was written recently,
Yeah.
and also the draw for me was like, okay, it's a story about NASA history too. So I like knowing about that, but then getting to see the subtle racism, heavy racism,
Mm-hmm.
just something is I don't want to give us away, but if you get a chance to see it, anybody gets a chance to see it who hasn't seen it yet, like you know, keep in mind that what we have today, like the chance to just go use a bathroom wherever we can.
Mm-hmm.
There's no signs anymore saying colored restrooms here, white restrooms here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a big part of the movie, and like in the beginning. So I don't know. I'm gonna say what happens, but it's just, and then that comes to light, and
Yeah.
the superiors have to hear about it, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? And I'm being vague on purpose, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
the things that we take for granted. And I saw it with family, so it was just kind of seeing their reactions, and at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the movie, I teared up, like right before the end credits started. I was like, is it just getting cold in theater? Like, no, I'm emotional, and then I start crying. This is really, yeah, it was
Well,
heavy.
I know that's something I really want to see soon. Maybe next paycheck right before my birthday. I'm gonna like check it out. Depending on how much money I have, but yeah, I do want to check that movie out real soon because I know that I've heard so many great reviews about it and how amazing it is. And Taraji is my homegirl. Like I love her. She is amazing when it comes to acting and just she plays every single role like she's supposed to. Like she embodies it so well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And
I want to see that movie real soon.
and everybody did a
I
great
liked it though.
yeah, everybody did a great job in their portrayal of characters, and yeah, everybody did a fantastic job, and I didn't realize the movie was PG until I looked at the movie ticket earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
a little while ago, because like I like to collect movie tickets for some strange reason.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
just
me
do. I
too.
do. So I was
It's
like,
something else we have in common.
all right,
Like I just want like a good memory.
because
When you collect movie tickets,
the
it's just like this is the time I saw this movie and it was amazing. I don't want to throw that away.
I mean, I'm kind of in some regards, it's like you don't need to keep the little paper, but especially when it starts fading away. But it's like I started wondering,
Mm-hmm.
like, especially if I buy the DVDs, like, should I just put the ticket inside the DVD case? Like, I saw it there. Now I have this thing. Should I do that? I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a good way. I recommend it. I kind of want to go see it again, but there's
Mm-hmm.
one thing I will make a note of. It's not about the movie, but not really heavy about the movie, but people make mashup movies like videos, and they say that they make like some kind of like, and like there's this old YouTube movie called Invasion Battle of Earth. It's on YouTube, and this guy took all this like sci-fi stuff from like over the years in different movies and TV shows and had it. It's like the Empire was attacking Earth with like Terminators
Yeah.
and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the shots in that movie, I was like, give it a few months. Some of these things are gonna be in somebody's like mashup movie of like
Yeah.
here's some missiles or here's some mighty attack, and then that's like the first thing came up across
Uh,
my mind. I was like, hey, who gonna do it? So, but yeah, I know something else that we're both doing, which is Pokemon, but also Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Have you played both Pokemons, or have you played like just one or the other?
I've just been playing Sun.
I've been playing Moon, and I like Moon. You know what happened? Did I tell you what happened to me with Moon?
I
So
think
like
you
I got kind of like I got far into the game. I forgot to save. Batteries ran out, and so now like I kind of have to start over. Like I saved like a few times at the beginning, but for some reason it did not dawn on me to save afterwards. On the trip back from New York, the batteries died, and then when I was like, okay, I'm gonna play my game, I'm gonna start from where I was, and I was looking like I was playing around. I'm like, why am I back on? I always forget the name of the islands, but I'm like, why am I back on here? Like, why do I still have the same hairstyle that I did when I first started? I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to save. No, and so now I have to go through all that. Which is sad.
Have you played it since then?
Huh?
Have you played it since then? Have you played it since then?
Oh yeah, I have played it since then. Yeah, I have played. I didn't get far in it because I was just kind of bummed. I'm like, oh my god, really? I did all that and now I gotta start over. I lost all my Pokemons.
That's
yeah.
I'd encourage you to keep going because the story gets good. Like I haven't finished every generation a game in every generation, but the ones I have played, like this is probably like the story of X and Y was good. I mean, I played Y, but so far this story, Pokemon has never given me like a creep factor before. But there's some moments in this game where it gets kind of creepy, and I'm like, is this a game for kids? I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah. Yo, Team Skull though, I'm like, why you gotta act so black?
Thank you.
I'm like, what's up with the gestures and the movement like that?
Yeah. And
what's up with that? Like, why are we doing that? Yo. I'm like, do we have to do that right now? I don't even want to be like act so black because I don't really know too many black people who even do all that anymore.
I don't.
That's like old school like black. I'm like, did y'all do it on purpose? Are you mocking us? Like, what's going on? Why couldn't y'all make some of the members black if y'all were gonna do it? They're all white. So.
I was about to say something, but I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to ruin it because like you'll get to a point in the game you're kind of like, oh, that flips the plot around for you a little bit. I don't want to say anything, but there's some black people in there.
Oh, they are in Team Skull.
I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
but
okay, we'll see. Yeah, because so far all the members I met were white.
It's more so like your random trainers, but there's some certain trainers that come up at a certain place, and I'm like, oh, you're black. Okay.
Oh no! I'm not talking about the trainers or anything like that. I'm talking about Team Skull in general.
But I don't want to say it because it's kind of related to Team Skull.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say it.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, but
don't worry about it.
There's one thing I do like in the game, like there are some like trigger events that you have to trigger on your own, and like there's one that you'll see when you come to this. Okay, I'll just tell you where it is. When you come to this town that's taken over by Team Skull, and you find the boss, like the room he's held up in. Like after you beat him, go sit in his chair, and it will trigger an event.
Oh.
Like some guy will come in there like, yo, G, what about this thing? And he's like, wait, you're not my boss. And then he turns around and breaks the fourth wall and looks at the screen, and he's kind of like, huh? And he walks out the door. And I was like, did they just did that on purpose? He's looking at you like, you see this, right? Like, that's not my boss. And then he just walked out. But then, like, in the beginning of the game, like those who haven't started the game, like when you first get to your house and everything, and then your mom is unpacking, which they never get you to help.
Yeah.
I find so funny. Like,
because I was trying to help her.
I'm like, are you supposed to help? But yeah, like you go to your room, like you see me out and everything, Go in your
Mhm.
room and sit on the bed. He'll take a nap, and then Meowth will come in and wake you up and give you an awakening. And I thought
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
like,
saw
oh,
that. I did that exactly because you told me about that
oh,
earlier.
that's right. But yeah, there are some other small ones that's like that where it's like if you wouldn't think to do something extra, you may skip a quick time
Mhm.
event.
Yeah,
So, but
like
yeah,
trust me, I do my best to like cover every corner in that game. Like if I see like an area, I'm like, what is this? I want to explore. I'm going to explore. Can I press X here? Is this going to give me something? So I do my best with that. But Final Fantasy 15. Let's talk about how long that game has been out, and you and I both have not gotten on. Like,
chapter two.
you know, we kind of did not advance in that.
I, I'm just gonna go ahead and say my main reason is that I'm new to PS4. And
Well, the thing is that, like,
I don't know.
okay, I'm gonna say that I'm kind of new to it too because I have not played the PS4 for a while. Like, I used to play Destiny on it all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
then I stopped. And I kind of like stopped gaming for a while because of work, and then I had to do like a lot of cosplay work, going to cons and stuff like that. So I had no time for it, and so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start making more time for gaming. Just even if it's just like once a week, I want to make some time for it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it just that game, it's just so much going on at once. And
Yeah.
I be like, oh, you're a pussy. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be like that. It's just there's a lot going on in that game while you're trying to fight a boss. Like it's just too much. And so I'm not used to that.
I'm not either, but let me just say this: my because I couldn't because with Noctis like his ability, I guess he can't die apparently.
Yeah, he
Like
can't.
like so I'm thinking I'm like level 4 or 5 or something. They won't make me go after anything that's like in the 40s yet. Well,
Mm-hmm.
my first thing I didn't like pay attention when when it gets dark and they tell you you should probably like go somewhere and camp out or go back to
Yeah.
the city or whatever. And I was like, I don't care. So I see the giant like demon thing pops up, and I was like, oh okay. I didn't even notice like the level thing above his head yet, and I was like, I can't win. This is weird. And then
Mm-hmm.
I somehow got away and didn't think about it. But then kept exploring the wilderness. Like I was trying to do like the stuff for like the like wait, because I'm still at the part where like you gotta get your car back from Cindy, and
Yeah.
I did some stuff she wanted us to do, and then I saw on the map there's some like ingredients over here on the side. Let me go over there.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into this creature that's like level 38, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out the fight. And like thing has like giant tail, like spike tail, and it's like it killed my team, and I'm just like I I don't know. I just had to like reload my save file, but I was like, knocked it. I
Mm-hmm.
thought you could die, man. You're supposed to like, everybody knocks out, but nah. So
Yeah.
I guess I got to pay attention. I've learned now like if they say if it's dark, if it's nighttime, go somewhere. I'm like, I'll just stay on the path or go back and
Mm-hmm.
don't go wandering. Unlike Skyrim, where it's like you can wander, things are kind of like at your level.
Yeah.
Not Final Fantasy, but oh,
No, not that. See, like, okay. See, the thing is with me, um, what happened was like that I got to the point that like, they're like, go to this hotel, and get blah blah blah. And so like I talked to someone, they were like, well, there's some stuff going around and about. Can you like, defeat it and stuff like that and come back? And I'm like, okay. And so when I I had to like save and then do some stuff. So when I finally restarted the game again, it was nighttime. And so, when you're walking, like running around there, like having all their little side commentaries, like, we should probably make camp soon or something like that. So I'm
yeah.
like thinking, like, okay, I'm gonna walk around and try to find somewhere. But as I was like walking around to find somewhere, this huge monster came up. And so I'm like, okay, I got this. I got this. That motherfucker beat my ass 10 times. He beat it so many times. I'm just like, oh my God. he killed my team instantly. And so it's like, why am I losing at this? Like, I thought this was like, it's not like the Final Fantasy that I was used to where it's turn based and you have enough time to strategize. No, you got to strategize on point with this game. You got to like figure shit out like what you're doing. And they tell you that you have to attack the monster from the back. But every time you go to attack it from the back, he turns around. And like, well, how am I supposed to attack you from behind if you keep turning around? So yeah, I lost so many times. I'm just like, fuck it right now. I need a break. I need a break.
I switched my gameplay like the attack mode to like the wait mode, so you don't attack right away. So you can kind of gauge, and I'm like, I kind of should probably change it back to like regular, but that kind of helps me a little bit.
Yeah, see, my friend told me to do that, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna change it to wait mode so I can, get used to fighting.
I would do that because, like, fighting like someone like those small lizards or whatever, it's like, okay, I kind of know what I'm doing here with them. But your bigger things, it's like maybe I gotta like stay over here, and just kind of like let them attack, and then like I remember like I fought like these little like Rhydon looking creatures, and I hate to throw in Pokemon in that, but like attacking the small one, I was like, I got the small one. Then like the big one comes over, and I was like, oh crap, it's the parent. Oh lord. And just like
pretty much
like railing me over, like tossing me aside. I'm like, this is not like Dynasty Warriors where I can like just hack and slash and go on about my day. So I gotta like really think about this. Fun times.
And I do plan on getting Overwatch soon. I was gonna get it with this paycheck, but things happen, so I can't get it with this paycheck. But I'm adulting and I'm paying all my bills as I go. So my birthday's coming up, and I think that might be one of my birthday presents is for me to just get Overwatch for myself. Again, I know I'm late. That game came out like about a year ago, and I've been wanting to play it. It's just I haven't had access to my PS4 in a while. So now that I actually am around it and I have a little bit of time, I'm considering getting that game. So yeah.
I wanted to, but my hesitation is like, as soon as I get it, everybody that plays it will stop playing.
Really?
That's my hesitation. Like, I'm afraid that by the time I get on board, people will say they're done with it, just like they're done with Destiny. I'm like, I don't want to buy it now.
Well, I don't think so. You know why I say that is because like their updates and all that stuff is for free, and so they give you new maps, new characters, and stuff like that. So I feel like if you have the game, or once you have the game, they give you all these free like updates and stuff. So I think that would keep people like involved into the game.
Okay.
More than like Destiny and stuff like that, because it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. I played it before. It does not get old at all.
Okay. Yeah, one of my friends in Florida, they keep messaging me like, you better get it. They like, now you got PS4, get Overwatch. I'm like, you gonna pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to buy my Plus subscription? So,
that's the next game I'm gonna get is Overwatch, and I'm gonna play the shit out of that.
For me, I want to get besides Overwatch, I want to get Horizon Zero Hour when it comes out next month, and Mass Effect when it comes out. Mass Effect Andromeda when it comes out in March. I might just wait for Mass Effect first.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll probably just be talking your head off about Mass Effect when that comes out.
It's okay. It's all good.
But yeah. Other than that, I think you want to move on to our pick of the week.
Yeah, let's move on to the pick of the week. So, what is your pick of the week, David?
I'm gonna go with I've just now kind of gotten more into like the nerdcore hip hop scene. Like last year, I was introduced to the rapper Samus, Actually, I think it was a couple years ago. Yeah, a couple years ago. Friends of mine, their podcast called the Heartbeats Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They had her on their show, and I heard one of her songs called "All Games and Cartoons." Or I heard like a snippet of it. And I was like, "This is pretty cool," and I kind of forgot about it. Then they went to MacFest last year, and they got
Mm-hmm.
me one of her CDs, and then the group called Super Soul Bros. Like I saw their playlist on YouTube. They told me about it,
Yeah.
and you one of the shows, and I was like, Super Soul Bros is like that jazz funk music, but
Mm-hmm.
because of the nerdcore stuff, I was like, Samus, he sounds pretty cool. And then I heard about Mega Ran and kind of forgot about him, and then listened to some a podcast or something recently. I forgot which, but he popped up again. So I went on iTunes. I got his CD, Forever Famicom, which is like came out I think 2010, and then I got Samus's EP. I'm gonna what is the name of this EP? Another M. So it's like I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop per se, but with the video game motifs in their music and stuff, it makes the music really interesting and kind of I can latch on to it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But the song on Forever Famicom that I like, there's one called Dream Master, and the other one is called 40 Gamers. Like that 40 Gamers was the one I played a little clip for you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it was pretty good. I like that.
and Samus heard another M heard this let's see what's the song here. Oh, it's called Crown, and
Mm-hmm.
called Smash Bros. But yeah, pretty good music. Let's see, this CD came or this came out in 2014. So yeah, I'm kind of new to like
Yeah.
the nerdcore hip hop scene, but I'm enjoying it. It gives me something like to listen to. Like I'll have like my whenever I call dancing, but I'll dance to it
Mm-hmm.
and bop my head. I feel like I should have been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could have been like a headbanger rock music person back in the day. I could have been, but that's it for me.
Okay, well, we're gonna go on a short break, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to go into our real talk segment where we talk about daily issues, anything that's going on in today's earth. And right now, the topic is being Black or, POC in the actual nerd culture and what it means to us. So I'm just going to start off by saying, like, it's kind of weird for me almost because, people don't expect a Black female to actually be into, like, anything nerdy. They just kind of like think like they twerk or they just, bodycon dresses and makeup, and they don't, or hip hop music. They don't really expect them to actually game, or they don't expect us to read or watch anime. And it's so weird. It's really kind of weird just being a Black female and being into anything that's considered nerdy, because people just look at you weird. So I just like it. It's hard just trying to exist and wanting to just like the things that you want to, but you can't express it as much as you would like to because of society and what they expect you to be. So what about you? So what's your like thoughts, your insight about being Black in this culture that we're in?
I think it's like a double-edged sword, if you will. Like, for one, you're already being judged as a Black person. And just on, what society thinks a Black person is. And then within the Black community, you have the notion of saying, well, to be Black, you have to be X, Y, and Z. And and they're like me like a black male that's cosplayer or into like the nerdy stuff. Everyone says and I guess this goes both ways. Like you know, growing up, it's like, oh, you're expected to play sports. You're
Fit this mold. Like you gotta fit this mold.
Right. You gotta play sports. You gotta be into this. You gotta do that. You gotta do all these other things. But when a person like a child during a child's development, it should be on them to figure out what they want to do, what kind of person they want to be. But there is that mold, and especially in our community where there's all that stuff already thrust against us. Saying, well, you got this is what's the top things we think about what a black person is in the public eye is we're an athlete, we're lawyers, maybe doctors, and that's about it.
Yeah, entertainers maybe.
Entertainers and athletes. Yeah, so you got your basic, what people think it is. But when you break it down, I mean, everyone's a human, no matter what race you are. But and there's a lot more we can go into this, but we'll keep it at this level for right now.
Yeah.
But
we'll just
yeah. But like there is this stigma you kind of get of like growing up saying, okay, well, it's the thing of saying, well, you gotta be into. Okay, for me, it was like, oh, are you gonna play basketball? No.
I get that too. I'm really tall, so I get that. They're like, oh, you play basketball, don't you? I'm like, no.
Like, no, I mean,
I don't play basketball.
I mean, like,
really?
I
You're tall. I'm like, and they're like, oh, but you run track, don't you? I'm like, I like running, but no, I don't run track. So
it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, like I did a basketball camp once in middle school, like one summer, but I always joke like, well, if you want me to play, let me play on game day. I'm not going to practice. That was my joke. But I figured like, I was a better student. I was better at like being with my head in the book or something. Although I didn't know what studying was until college. Like, I didn't learn that notion. But that's another story for another day. But not saying I was a bad kid, but it's I didn't want to study. But yeah,
I was terrible.
I mean, math was like my least favorite subject. Still is.
Yeah. We'll get on that on another episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about school and stuff in another episode. But being a black nerd, like in the black community, it's kind of like, okay, as a black person, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. But you're a geek, you're a nerd. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, like did your parents raise you right? Are you possessed by a demon? You're not my child. Like it's so hard to be a black nerd and just express and simplify that you just want to be different, and you are different. It's not that you want to be. You're just different, but because we are just so used to this actual like mold of like what a black person is supposed to be, is like it's hard for us to stray away from actually being the person that we want to be. Like nobody's supposed to be like we're as black people. We're not supposed to be athletes, singers, dancers, cheerleaders, rappers, twerkers. We're not supposed to be any of that, because that's not what being black is. Being black is just the color of our skin, and so we are human beings. So why not act like human beings? And, if we like something, we shouldn't get discriminated against that because it's not fair on us,
That's true. I mean, and even within the nerd community, you're discriminated against anyway. I mean, it's not necessarily because you're black. It's more like, oh, you're not an otaku. You're not on my level of supreme knowledge of this thing. Like,
yeah.
Does everybody have to be on the same level of something? We don't have to be.
No, we don't. If I like something, I like something. Simple as that. Does that make me a nerd? I mean, I don't want to like put labels on things like that. But like, yeah, I consider myself geeky, nerdy. I'm into that culture. I like it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, just because I don't know as much as one other person does, does it disqualify me as like actually wanting to partake in this culture?
Right. Because
So
if you think about it, at some point everybody was new to it, and now
exactly.
and it's not like you come out the womb knowing like okay,
All this
I
stuff.
know what happened in issue 108 of Thor or Journey the Mystery of Thor.
Hmm.
I don't know. I have to learn and research it.
Yeah.
So give us a break. But even within the community, it's like, oh, you're not black. I mean, the black community is like, you're not black enough because you're into that mess. You know, everybody else calls something mess. You know, I always find it laughing like that's not mess. You just
Hmm.
don't want to call it what it is.
Yeah.
But it's that, oh, that thing, or you shouldn't read Harry Potter. And you know, I had like some family members, and you know, not my parents, but like some family members. They're like, he shouldn't be reading that. I'm like, but I'm okay with it. I watched the movies. I read some,
Hmm.
not all the books. There's a
Yeah.
story behind that, but another
It's
episode.
witchcraft.
Yeah.
Don't read it. It's witchcraft.
I'm
You're
like,
not. He's not supposed to read that. Oh God, I hate that shit.
yeah, but I mean, even like recently, you know, just kind of dealing with some people, it's just kind of like, you know, saying like, oh, you could be considered as being obsessed with this or whatever, or as some people say, it's become a way of life. Something's wrong with that. I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe to you, in your
Hmm.
in how you live your life, but for me, I'm content with this. Like, I know who I am. I know
Yeah.
my skin. I mean, like, I had a friend years ago, like they just randomly up and said like we were on the phone and they said, "Oh, you got to grow out of liking movies. Like you should stop that." And I was just listening and I was like, "Well, for one, I know they weren't really into movies to begin with, but to tell me
Yeah.
I got to stop doing something that I enjoy because to them it means something. I like you can't tell me how to live my life."
Yeah.
So, but what? How do you deal with the quote unquote trolls of the community?
Yeah. And it's just like, especially when it comes to cosplaying, because I'm a cosplayer, and you and I both are cosplayers. Recently, I had an incident where my photo was shared on this page. It's called "My Name Is Blank Blank Blank," and I'm obsessed with Sailor Moon. And so, I had so many positive feedback. So, like, I'm not trying to let the negative outweigh the positive. I appreciate everybody who said, I love the costume. Oh, this is great. Like, oh, cool. Like a Sailor Moon and a Doctor Who mashup because of what the photo was of me as dressed up as Sailor Moon. And it wasn't like, on purpose that I, took a picture in front of the TARDIS, but it was just like the backdrop. So I was like, you know what, cool. At least I like Doctor Who, so cool. And it was at Geeksboro. So I took a picture in front of the TARDIS, and I thought it was a cool picture. It looked really nice, and I kept it and I shared it with Paige, and they posted it. And so a lot of people liked it. They were like a selective few. They're like, well, if she did Pluto, it would be better. Some of them were indicating because Pluto was a darker Sailor Scout. So, I should have stuck to being, like the darker Sailor Scout. And then some of them were just saying, like, it's cool that Pluto and, the TARDIS, like, if you look at the TARDIS and Pluto and all that stuff, it'll make sense. And I still haven't yet looked that up. I don't understand what they were talking about with Pluto. Do you get that? Because I know you're like more into like a Doctor Who than I am.
I
So Pluto and the TARDIS, like how?
I think I get it, but I have to look it up.
Okay.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah. And but then there was like some that were like, really? You're gonna mix like magic 101, 101, 101 with like actual like time warp and time traveling and all that stuff. I don't think so. I don't like this concept. And there were like a few angry faces and people laughing at me. And of course, I don't want to have the negative outweigh the positive because there were more people who loved it and liked it than the actual people who didn't like it at all. But it was just like that's something that we as cosplayers have to deal with. There's plenty of times that you see an actual white or Asian cosplayer post something, and you don't see any hatred at all
Nope.
on it, hardly any. But the second that someone who is like of darker like skin tone or complexion, or cosplay someone who isn't supposed to be dark, it's a problem. I feel like cosplay can be for anyone, no matter what your age is, or no matter what your size is, no matter what your race is, no matter like how you look. If you want to cosplay, do it. It's okay. And so that's like something that has affected me in the like nerd geek culture, especially in the cosplay community. It's upsetting because of course you have those ignorant people out there and you can't change their minds, but for some reason they get more attention than the positive people who are like, no, we should all do this. This is our community. This is what we need to do. We support everyone. And that hatred gets spreaded. Like it just spreads. And it's contagious, pretty much. That hatred is contagious. So yeah.
You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
even within certain groups, even groups for us, or made by us for us, that those groups, you still have people hating on them. It's like, well, I would have done that differently, or something like.
Exactly.
Can't you just like celebrate the fact that somebody did it? Now there is a problem with people sharing stuff and not creating a cosplayer. That's a problem. But
yeah, it's a problem.
But that's a different topic altogether. But it's just can we not have this whole debate of saying, okay, well, they shouldn't have done that or whatever, or I mean, even with like people who do stuff like blackface, they get celebrated and saying, oh, I'm doing this to be true to the character. Like, do you have to paint yourself? You don't have to paint yourself.
Yeah, no, because I don't paint my skin white to like Sailor Moon.
Oh.
And if I did, I would have gotten a lot of slack for it.
Yes, you would have, and it would have been like, oh, but did anybody ever tell you like, oh, you're Black Sailor Moon? Did anybody ever say it to you?
Oh yeah, they do. Like, okay, so here's another story. At Animazement, that's when I like first debuted my Sailor Moon cosplay. And so I'm walking to the building, and there's a person, I guess she's Snapchatting or something. She's in a car, and she's in the passenger side. And she's like filming me, and all I hear is like, Black Sailor Moon, Black Sailor Moon, Black Sailor Moon, Black Sailor Moon. And I'm just like, it was funny at first, but I thought about it. I'm just like, can you just have not said Sailor Moon? Like, that's the character who I was. But at the same time, they were excited that they saw, one of their favorite characters, but as a Black person. So I get it. At the same time, I'm just like, really? I feel like I need to try to find that video because they were clearly taking a video of me walking, and I heard that they were like, Black Sailor Moon, Black Sailor Moon, Black Sailor Moon. They kept repeating that over and over again, and I'm like, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and I feel bad for one time that I saw a cosplayer dressed up as Green Lantern, and without thinking about it, I called him John Stewart because he happened to be black. And like, he could have been Hal Jordan. He didn't have to be John Stewart. And I just did it without thinking. And it, like, later on that day, I was like, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for doing that. But in my mind, I saw a black person as a Green Lantern. I was like, John Stewart. And I was like,
that's what you're used to. Like, there's so little to none representation of Black people. In like the comic book industry or in animes.
Right, but I shouldn't have assumed.
Yeah, you just assume.
And I feel bad for doing that. So I was like, no, I should have asked, are you Hal Jordan? I should have asked the question, but I own it to that one. I own it to that.
It happens though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like being a Black nerd, it's difficult. I mean, being a nerd in general, like I love it. I claim the title. Like it's me, it's who I am. I like nerdy shit. I like what's considered nerdy, or like, nerd pop culture, whatever you want to call it. I like it. I love it, actually. I enjoy it. it's just not fair that we have this like stigma on us, and especially when you are black, it becomes even worse because you're expected to only like hip hop music, play basketball, fried chicken is your best friend, and that's all. A&T Homecoming. That's all you know as a black person.
Eagle pride. That's all I'm saying. Eagle pride.
Yeah,
but
and
yeah.
it's not fair, And then like, I'm not gonna say that I don't consider myself black, because I do consider myself black. I am a black person, and I'm also Hispanic. Because my family's from Panama, and so anything from like the Caribbean or Spanish culture, I also associate with it. So I'm still different than most Black Americans up here because I think differently when it comes to a lot of things. I'm not saying like I'm discriminating against Black people in America. I'm just saying like I always felt like I was an outcast because technically I feel like a foreigner. And then, being a nerd on top of that, just felt like I was just out of the loop all of the time. So yeah, just it again, being a black person in this community is tough. And I know a lot of people are like, stop talking about race. Race, if you keep bringing up race, it's not going to solve anything. I'm like, but it's an important thing in our life because even though you feel like bringing up race is not going to solve anything, we live it. We live this every single day until you get discriminated against for anything just because of the color of your skin. You have no room to say anything at all. So I just want people to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for me, like the few instances where I've had somebody, say something to me, and it wouldn't click right away of like, were they making a comment because I'm black or something? And
Mm-hmm.
like, I had one happen last year. Working on an assignment, and somebody said something like, "Well, you're very articulate" or something like that, and I just took a compliment. And then like later that night, or like a few days later, it kind of hit me, and I was like, "Wait, were they doing the thing? Were they doing that?" But I was like, let it go. Some cases, yes, we can overreact, but still, it's like, it's the first thing that comes to mind of like, wait, were you saying that because I'm black, or were you just saying that because you genuinely thought that about me? So it's hard. It's really hard. And people gotta be careful how they say things.
Exactly. Like one time I had somebody tell me that I had the face of a white girl, that my cheekbones look like they belong on a white person. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? It's just, you don't like every black girl.
Okay.
But what is that? But I'm black, so what is that supposed to mean? It's just, oh, you just have a face of a white girl.
Okay.
So you're still not telling me what that means. Are you saying that I'm prettier than other black girls? Even then, if you are saying that, that's still rude as fuck because, I think every black woman is gorgeous and beautiful. So what are you trying to say by that? The simple fact that I have a face of a white girl and my cheekbones look like they belong on a white face. So yeah, it's just things like that. And then people are like, when you tell them these things, they're like, no, you're over exaggerating. I'm like, unless you live and hear these things on a daily basis, you would not understand how it affects you as a human being. And that's one thing I notice about so many people is that either they're sheltered to the point that they don't know of any things that are going on, or they're just ignorant and they refuse to just believe it.
That is very true. Like,
yeah.
Like I remember when I was in college, like this person, for some reason, this lady used to just say things to me, and like wouldn't always, it's like a few conversations that we had. Like one time, she's like, she just assumed I was mixed because she was like, "Hey, I'm doing this survey about mixed students here," and I went to HBCU. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of gave it away when I said Eagle Pride. Y'all figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like she said, "Yeah, I'm doing this survey about mixed students. I want to ask you a question." I was like, "Oh, I'm not mixed." "Oh, I thought you were." I said, "No, I'm not." "Okay." And I was like, "Okay, we're done." And she said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah,
What?
I think I would know." So, well, some people are kind of people are missing. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, but I know my parents are. I know my family, so I'm good." And another time, like when I was dating at the time, um, like asked me like, so asked me was I dating somebody? I was like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, did they go here? I said, no. And they said, well, and I said where they went to school. I said, oh, so are they white? I said, no, no, they're not. I said, well, I just thought that you would date somebody white because you don't seem as though you could handle a sister. And
What?
I thankfully I think I tuned it out because I was walking into a room. I was in our student newspaper at the time, and I was kind of like, okay. And apparently it got quiet. Everybody heard what she said, and I think I heard it and it's kind of like, I'm not saying anything. And I just walked out with like a
Mm-hmm.
smile on my face, and I was like, no, she's black, and then just sat down and didn't say a word. But
Oh,
we had a cordial conversation, and after that, I was just like to myself, like, don't speak to me again. So
that is crazy. You should.
she
Wow.
said like, yeah, I thought you would
Eh,
date a white girl. I'm like, no, I
mm,
mean, okay,
that's
whatever.
crazy.
But that happened.
And say like, okay, like this is something I'm gonna touch like on another episode or something like that. But like, I'm just gonna like say something. Is that another thing when people, especially interracial couples, and like especially black men, and they see a black woman with a white guy or someone with a different race, and they get upset. I've had that happen to me so many times. So I'm like, what's the issue? You know, because like there's so many black men that bash black women, but the second that they see them with someone else, they get all up in their feelings. But I'll say that for another episode. It just like that just reminded me, like your story reminded me of that topic. So yeah, it's just
That would
wow, people.
yeah, that would be
Wow, I can't believe that actually happened to you. Like
it was okay.
wow,
It was okay.
yeah.
It um I just take those
Mm,
experiences as like they're a learning curve and there are lessons to learn from that, and you move on.
mm, that's
But
true.
but
Yeah, you gotta kind of move on from that. So
yeah, but
wow,
we'll have that.
that's life. That is life.
Yeah, but we'll say more about that in another episode. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
So yeah, that concludes our first ever podcast. So how are you feeling about this,
feeling pretty good.
Chancellor D?
Feeling good, Frankie
Me
K.
too.
This is
I was nervous at first, and I know like there are times that I kind of like stumbled throughout the episode, but still, like for my second podcast, I really like it. I think it was cool.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
and
enjoyed it.
I I think before we end things, I think we should let people in on the show, like the idea of the show.
Started.
Yeah, how we started.
Okay. Well, we met on Facebook, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And started talking. We decided that not decided that, but we were going to a con together, so we're gonna meet up. We met up at NC Comic Con, and we just clicked it off. Since then, um, Chancellor D had asked me to be on a podcast, on his podcast, Let's Talk Weekly. And so, that was my very first podcast ever. I was kind of nervous because I'm like I am nervous now doing this podcast. Because I've never done one before. And so um after that happened, I was set. I'm like, I've been wanting to start one for the longest, but I never had the courage to. And then now that I mean, I'm pretty much out there. You started the podcast, and I mean, I started, but you had me on an episode, so I'm out there already. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
start one, and I've been wanting to do a show about just being nerds and being a Black nerd in general, and the things that we enjoy. And I thought that Chancellor D was the perfect person to do it with.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you asked me to join you on this journey, and I'm looking forward to continuing this adventure.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
So,
I see so many great things happening for us in the future. So
yes,
yeah, I'm glad we finally got an episode going. Took a lot of time and preparation. We're working on a lot of things.
yes, and in the future we'll have more interesting stories from both of us to share with you guys.
Of course, definitely.
But I think.
Let the police see my actual vibrator. You're just like, ugh.
Hey, it's a thing you call you hit the ground running. We hit the ground running with this episode. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. So you can also follow us on Facebook if you want to like our page. It's called the Blerdlines Podcast. Look us up. Also on Twitter, the same thing. With the Blerdlines Podcast. Follow us. We are working on our website and also getting a couple more pages up. So just like our pages, follow us, and interact. We're like also ask us questions. You know, ask us any questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer it. So hit us up. Okay. So I guess this concludes our very first episode. Yay. Woo! And we are out.